Hi, I'm 2Factor, and I'm in my favorite spot right now, staring deeply into the eyes of James the Bankboat while I make potions. Now, I just finished editing part 2 of our Sailing Tips video series. Now, this one is a little bit different from the first one. We don't have as many of the basics, and we kind of get a little bit into the weeds on some of these things, so if you like some technical stuff, if you like some tips that are a little bit more advanced than the very basics, we'll get into some of those in this one, as well as covering some simple stuff that you might have missed as well. So this one's a nice little mix of some in-depth stuff as well as some basics that are very helpful. Without too much further, I hope you enjoy. I had a lot of fun putting this one together as well as the first one. And if you did enjoy any of these videos, it would mean a lot if you leave a like or sub, as we're trying to grow the channel as much as possible. The goal was 100 by the end of the year, and you guys absolutely smashed it, so I don't really know what to say other than thank you so much, and enjoy the video. Have you ever just been pulling it two hands, spectral style with Cabin Boy Janky, and then you realize that Cabin Boy Janky's not pulling it at all? But your cargo hold isn't filled. Now, what could be going on here? So the way salvaging actually works is you have a different way of reaching the boats than your crewmates do. So when it comes to salvaging, you need to be within 7 tiles of a salvage to be within range. I just put my boat in between these two so I can show you guys. I don't even know if I'm within range of this right-hand one. I don't think I am, but that's beside the point. So for your tile range, it's 7 tiles of where your character is standing. So if you're on this hook, it's 7 tiles from this hook. If you're on this hook, it's 7 tiles from this one. For the crewmates, it actually has nothing to do with their location or the hooks. Your boat has a brain. Your boat has a true tile. If you log out and log back in, you will always log in on this tile right here. This is 2 tiles in front of the helm. This is your boat's brain tile. Now, if this tile is not within 7 tiles of a salvage, your crewmates will not be able to pull it two-hand style with you. So, if you want to make this work, you've got to position it so that the center of your boat is within 7 tile range, as well as the hook that you're going to be using is also within 7 tile range of both salvages. This one is absolutely insane. If you thought bank stand sailing was a lie, think again, baby. Introducing James the Bankboat. In the middle of the ocean south of the Isle of Souls, we've got a fucking bank boat. You know what this means? We can do any AFK bank stand skill while we harvest our crystal extractor. Free crystal shards, free XP, just by standing at the goddamn bank boat. I couldn't have asked for something more. I mentioned in the last video that you should remember to unassign your crewmates before heading to a Barracuda trial. Reading comprehension is apparently incredibly difficult for myself. Every Barracuda trial just has the option for them to send your crew back to any port, so just go through the dialogue if you've went to a Barracuda trial and have your boys with you. They will have the ability to send it back to a port for you. For all of you who went to Jubbly Jive and just thought it was absolute dog, don't get put off for Gwyneth Glide. You can skip Jubbly Jive entirely, get the unlocks from it, and then just don't do it again. Gwyneth Glide is just a superior course in every way, not just because it's the higher level course and you get better XP. It's less difficult, less annoying, and genuinely was the only one that I started to have fun while doing the Barracuda trials. So if you're scared of going to Gwyneth Glide after experiencing the Jubbly Jive, don't be. It is actually just quite easy and free. I'm going to link the crystal extractor video that we put together down below that also has the route that I used for the marlin and shark paths if you want to go get the unlocks for the crystal extractor. That will be in the description. Okay, so we are finally mining our nickel rocks. This is what we're going to be needing for the Chupronical bar, the Chupronical bars, the Chupronicals. If you need some Chupronicals, this is where you're gonna come. We're currently at Deep Fin Point. You need 67 to dock at this island. I was a little bit worried that we actually had to build the bank chest here, but there is a pre-built bank chest. However, it is a bit of a mission to walk all the way around here. It's not worth it to spend a mil for the bank chest. I'm not implying you do that, but there is a bank here. Other than the nickel bars, the best thing about this island is they sell copper ore. There's an ore shop right next to this bank. So if you're like every other Iron Man that never thought to save any copper ore ever, then you're fine. You can just buy it from the shop here and you're chilling. Imagine mining instead of sailing. Imagine not being a Grandmaster? Yeah, how does it feel? You can buy the items. How does it feel? Don't talk to me while I'm mining nickel, man. Don't fucking... Not while I'm mining nickel. Not while I'm mining nickel, man. When it comes to your Ironwood parts, truthfully, I'm gonna be skipping most of these. Cam 4 has the same base speed as Ironwood for the hulls and stuff, so I'm really just getting some Ironwood planks to build the facilities that I need. I just checked, so there's no bank on the island other than this bank chest that you can build over here. If I'm not mistaken, all of these bank chests require a magic stone, so I really don't want to pay a mil to be able to bank some logs here. I just can't be bothered. I'm gonna get one inventory. It should be good enough for the extractor. If I need more later, I'll worry about it then. I also did check, you can't store them in your cargo hold, so you can't fill up the cargo hold and make one trip of like 200 logs back to the bank. Unlucky. Enjoy going back and forth, or cough up the mill to build the bank chest. Either way, this is where we're going to be getting our Ironwood logs. So for those of you who don't know, there are actually rewards for charting certain amounts of oceans throughout the charting section. They each have a different passive effect, and you can fill your keg with them to have that on your boat. The only one that I was really looking at is the one for fully charting the entire seas. Now, this is going to give you a 2.5 increase in sailing experience. You might be interested in some of the other brews. Go ahead, give them a read, decide if it's worth your time. But this 2.5 experience gain was really bothering me, because I want to do a whole bunch of Gwyneth Glide to get all of my XP, but I'm thinking, should I go do my charting first? Should I do it after? Should I do it at all? Realistically, this 2.5% is not worth it if you plan on only doing Gwyneth Glide all the way to 99, as the 2.5% does not boost the reward that you get from the end of it, and it also does not boost your crystal extractor. This is going to boost the crates that you get from Gwyneth Glide, and nothing else. So, if you're like me and planning on doing mostly the Barracuda trials to your 99, don't feel like you have to go chart the entire ocean to get this 2.5 XP boost beforehand if you would rather rush the levels at the trial, as it's not actually going to buff you for most of the XP that you're getting from the trials. If you played Leagues and set your left click to buy 50 or buy anything of these, don't just go and click the magic stone, man. You're better than this. Right click buy one twice, or use this option. Just don't be a moron. Please. Alright, so this is minor tech for if you're making hull parts. Better to do this at Port Khazard, it's a closer bank to a workbench. You can make a few extra per trip back and forth to the bench. It is quicker to use Port Khazard, it's closer to the bank. But, say you're making your hull parts, you got a plank sack, you can make the 5, empty your plank sack, make a couple more, and you don't have to do as many back and forths. Okay, we're gonna make a couple of pit stops for some treasure. Now, drip is very important. We need our pirate outfits, and also, we need to get these damn keys out of our bank. I just grabbed the keys and thought, you know what, let's go get to both of these spots and show you exactly where to get rid of them. The first spot we were going to is the Angler's Retreat. Don't mind these Krakens. They're pretty friendly. They don't actually attack you at all. Pretty humble guys. So we're going to the Angler's Retreat. I went to Feldip Hills and just sailed south. It's very, very close. And we're going to pull over to the disembark point at the other side. Okay, so once you dock at the disembark point, jump across these little rocks, and we have... I don't know what this one looks like. Probably shit? Yeah. Kind of looks like shit. Whoa. Never mind. This one's pretty based. I take it all back. This one's pretty fucking based. This is just a tiny addition. I'm gonna play this before the next clip. I leave the next island before talking to the spirit tree. So on Laguna Aurora, there's actually a spirit tree that doesn't need to be planted. It just needs a friend before he'll let you travel through his roots. So go give him a nice little pat on the back. Tell him that you would never use a paper straw and you only use plastic straws out of respect for him, and then he'll let you travel to the island. Okay, so the next place we are going to be going is the Laguna Aurora. We're going to be doing a couple of things here, so make sure you have your serrated key as well as a spade. So we're pulling up to the island now. This one actually has a welcoming committee. They set off fireworks for you, which is pretty cool, honestly. It doesn't hurt you, but like, look, these fireworks, it's pretty freaking sick. We're going to pull around to the docking point down at the south of the island and hop off. Again, make sure you've got your spade and your key. Once we are on the island, first we're going to go to this little camp up in the northwest. So the dig location is 4 tiles east of this door, right here. Boom, we have our small key from the Laguna Aurora. We're going to need this in a minute. Don't worry about this just quite yet. Now we're going to go to this little island in the top left to open our chest from the Gwyneth Glide. For this, don't get baited into going into that cave. You can just walk all the way around this way and then cross the shortcut. Again, no idea what this outfit looks like. I don't think we're getting anything better than just raw dogging a vest with nothing else. The leather vest and no other piece of clothing under it is special, let's say. But the reveal. Does it make you an elf? It makes you an elf, man! Why is my hair blue? Man. This is disgusting. No. This, you just fucking, we don't need any of those. We got the one piece of clothing that matters from these 2 chests. We're chilling. Alrighty, so again, we're at the Feldip Hills Bank. This is just an easy launching point to get to our next stop, which is going to be Sunbleak Island. So this is where we're going to get our Ironwood logs, and this is also where we were going to be using this key that we just got from the Laguna Aurora. So I am right here at Corsair Cove. Oh, where the fuck is it? So we're going to be going right here from Corsair Cove all the way down to Sunbleak Island here. I'll see you when we're there. Alright, we are pulling up to the island now. This is where we are going to be getting our Ironwood trees as well as our Dragon Helm schematic. So very straightforward, not hidden whatsoever. Definitely didn't take me a minute to find it. We have a lockbox here. We're gonna crack that sucker open. Boom. Dragon Helm schematic. We can read it, and now we no longer lack the knowledge to build something that we're not going to be building for probably another month, but at least we know how, you know? At least we got it locked in. Thanks for watching, boys. As always, I do appreciate y'all. We are live every single day on twitch.tv/2factorrs, and if you are watching this on the 26th, we are celebrating our 365th day live in a row. We are going to be doing family raids all day with the boys. If you want to come by and do a couple of tobs, feel free, drop in. If you're learning on an Iron Man, you're welcome. If you've never done tob before, you're welcome. Feel free to pull up. Tomorrow is family raids. Everybody's welcome. I appreciate y'all for watching. drink some water, touch some grass, kiss a homie, and you can forget the first two. Peace.